Hi everybody, this is Rita Holmes, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up! From Ohio, here to bring you your Simply Saturday video week number 60, or card number 60 as I call it. Can't believe that it's been 60 cards ago that we started this, but yes it has. That's how I keep track of what it is. Excuse me. Anyway, goodness gracious. Our catalog has gone live. Our new January online exclusives have gone live. I hope you had a chance to look at them online or either in, especially the mini catalog if you've gotten that. If you don't and you need one, please let me know and I will be happy to get one to you. I have to make a confession because you know me, I'm always like, I don't know, I don't know what I am. I am just out there somewhere sometimes. And today is one of those. Let me fix my cord there. Okay. So my cat doesn't like go crazy and knock my camera over like I'm afraid she's going to do. Because she is up here on my desk. But anyway, I will tell you I'm in my pajamas. I will tell you it is Friday night because you know I pre-record these. It's Friday night late because all at once I thought, I did not do my Saturday video yet. And I was talking to a friend on the phone. She goes, do you know what you're going to do? And I said, no, I don't. But I figured it out. I got it done. We're here to make a video. And so I am dressed appropriately, but I am in pajamas. So if the camera goes down and you happen to see my pajama pants, I'm sorry. I am in my pajamas. But I have to tell you, I'm very comfy. So... but that's just how I work sometimes. My brain just kind of knows what it needs to do, but sometimes it tells me a little bit too late what it needs to do. But I'm fine with that. So I had to make myself halfway presentable and kept my pajamas on. I wasn't going to get undressed. So here I am. And the card I'm going to do tonight is easy. I saw a sample like it on Pinterest. I am still using our True Blue, which was our product of the month in December. And the reason why I'm using it to show you another card with it is because it is still available, which means you can place a $75 order and order that for $5. But in order to get the January one, you have to place another $75 to get it, which is a stamp set, and I really like it because it is sayings, and I love any kind of sayings for stamp sets. You know, I don't think you can ever have too much in different fonts and stuff like that. So that's what I tend to do. So I also have going on January 24th is my experience a blind date with a kid, which is being held at my church if you're local. It is from 11 to 2. It's going to be a lot of fun. I did send out a flyer to my email group last night. So if you are not on my email group, please send me your email address. You can put it in the comments of whatever platform you're watching this on, and I will get it. I haven't made a sign-up form for that to click on yet, but it's here, and it'll tell me when I need to do it. It'll pop up and say, like, Rita, do that. So anyway, but right now we're going to make a card, and guess what? It's pretty quick and easy. We might make 3 of these cards. I did cut more stuff for 3 of them because I think it's just so cute. And so we're only going to be using the colors Night and Navy, Basic White, and then some of the paper has, I think it's Balmy Blue in there. So anyway, we're not using many colors. We will be using some gems and some, I don't even know what this is called anymore. Let me see. Baker's Twine Essentials Pack, because I'll have to show you how much of that I have. I didn't know I had that much, but I put it all into one baggie. So let me turn the camera down. But first, before I do that, I am going to refresh my page on my monitor just so I can see how far down I get my camera and all that good stuff, because it just helps me. I'm used to doing it. So here we go. We're going to take a ride down. So, and there's little Puss in Boots. She has decided that, there's my card. She has decided that she wants to go to sleep on my camera. That's my camera stand. So she's going to lay her head there and go to sleep. So here's my card. That's why I love that this is called Simply Saturday, because I can do simple cards. And I really like this one, and you're going to see we can place this anywhere we want on this card. I did use, like I said, the true blue paper. And on this card, I used the Simply Said stamp set. I used the Just a Note. I have used that so much, it doesn't hardly stick. I need to really clean it good. But I'm also going to use this Happy Birthday right here out of Unbounded Love. And then I use these gems because I still have a pack that's opened of them, and they're called Traditional Sparkling Sequins. I think they're on the last chance list, but this blue goes great with it. That's what's on this card, and just gives a little shimmer to it. So, I'll put it over here. Maybe it'll be safe. I don't know. I want to move my camera up. Oh, I don't want to move it up because it doesn't look like you can... It looks way far down on my where I'm at. Watch out, I'm moving my camera. I'm trying to move my camera out of her way, but you know, as you can see, she wants to eat my stuff. Hey, wait a minute there, Lucy. No, not me. Get off my stuff. She doesn't play well. Let me just tell you that. She does not play well. So anyway, here we go. We've got our cards made, and I have actually 3 different ones cut out. And I think we'll be able to handle that. We'll have to do 1 die cut with the 3. Do not take my pieces of my card, Lucy. Don't eat it. Poor cat doesn't know her name because I call her all kinds of names. Nothing bad, nothing bad. Just all kinds of names because she's silly. And then I'm using this die out of the Nested Essential Dies. So I'm not really using anything to... No, I guess I better take this because somebody decided she wanted it. You can't have that. And our card bases are 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4 and folded. So I'm just going to fold 3 of those. And the only reason why I did that is because I'm trying to use that paper as I cut it, so instead of leaving a lot of scrap, because if you saw how much scrap I have, it is unreal, especially in white. So if I'm cutting up for a card, I'm trying to cut up enough to use the pieces, like, you know, my mat back there, make 4 cards. So I made my sample, and I thought I'll make 3 more and use that whole piece of cardstock. Now, DSP, it's hard to do that, but I'll always find something to do with the little pieces later, I hope. So we have these, so I'm going to set them aside. And then what we are going to do, just so I don't get confused, I'm going to take this piece right here, and I'm going to lay them out. And what I have here is a 1 inch by 2.5, and a 3/4 inch by 2.5, and these are going to go like this when I put them on. Same with this, and I am going to do this one this way, and then this one will go this way. So let's glue all those down, and then what we'll do is die cut them all together so that it gives it a nice edge, and we're not trying to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this larger piece over here and the smaller piece here. There we go. That's what I'm going to do with this one. Now on some of them I didn't use the back and front, so that means I have, I do try to get this to the edge, even though I'm cutting it out. So I try to get that there, and line those up just next to each other. So there's that one. Now, this one, I said we're going to do it this way. So let's do it like that. I hope everybody's recovered from holidays and getting back into the swing of things. I tell you, today I felt so good because I was getting things done. I did my newsletter, which takes me about 4 hours to do that, and I don't know why, but I think I'm just slow anymore. I think that's what it boils down to. This piece is a little short because I used a scrap that was laying there, but I think it's going to be okay. I don't think we'll have too much trouble with that. We'll see. We shall see. So now we kind of know what's going to go with what here. Kind of, sort of. Kind of, sort of. So, well, I don't want to put that on that. This one is not. That one goes with that one. That goes with that one. No. Yes. Do I want that with that one? Nope, just like that. Okay, we're good. Now we're going to just glue these. These are 5 1/4 by 4, and then the DSP is 5 by 3 3/4. I went with straight matte sizes. I did not cut in 1/8 inches or anything for this card. I did it super simple, but I really like it. I like super simple. There we go. I probably won't know what's going with what by the time I get all these on here, so it's not really going to matter, I don't think, in the big scheme of things, because they're all meant to match. So if they're all meant to match, I don't like that. Let's see if I can get that off real quick. Woo! Woo! That was close. Now it's all sticky on the back, and it wants to grab my piece of cardstock. Piece of DSP. I might just have to let it grab and do its thing. Yeah, you just grab and do your thing there, buddy. Okay, so now let's put these on our card bases. This is probably my favorite paper out of this. I love that paper. Something was beeping. Let me see what that was. I don't see anything. Someone beep. So anyway, now that I've told you that I goofed today, I did get a lot of stuff done, but I went up and made dinner for my husband and I, and then after that, I sat down, and you know what happens when you sit down? It's like, okay, this is over. And I kept saying, get up, you gotta go back downstairs. Get up, you're going downstairs. And about 20 to 9, I got up and came downstairs. And about 9:45, I remembered I had to do a video. So, there we go. Okay, so now we have our little things. Now what we're going to do is we are going to cut these with our little embossing machine. I'll set my cards over here because somebody likes to chew on them sometimes. because she happens to be a very bad stinker. Don't you? You like to chew on my cards sometimes, don't you, girlfriend? So we're going to be running these through 3 times. So what I'm going to do is just line that up. Just making sure that I have some space around all the way around. I'm going to lay that down. My squeaky machine and my shaky table when I do this. So there's one. And that's what I have left. Here's number 2. Number 2 because he was laying on top. Tomorrow's going to be an emotional day for me. Well, Saturday, the day you're watching this. My granddaughter is leaving 6 o'clock Sunday morning to go moving to Grenada, a little bit of island out in the middle of the ocean, to go to school. So I think I might be a little bit emotional tomorrow. I'm excited for her, but at the same time, I'm just like, oh, I don't want you to go that far. Her brother was the one that just graduated from the Coast Guard, and he is in, we're going to see if we get this. This might have a little bit of white showing. Her brother's the one that just graduated from the Coast Guard, now lives in New Jersey. So, my poor daughter, having 2 kids move away out of the state. Well, here, we're going to attack the thing. It got the best of her. Is a lot. I think I feel bad for is what it is. I feel really bad for her. I'm excited for my grandkids. Getting to do what they want to do. And yes, that was... Oh, no, it did it. Yay. Get out of the garbage can. Get back, Jack. Get back. You can play in the garbage can later. So there's my 3 little pieces to go in the card. You guys can't see her. She's in the garbage can. I have a little garbage can on my desk, which I love. But she tends to want to stay in it all the time. That's how... No, I want my white cord. You don't need it. Go somewhere else. Thank you. Kitty cats. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp these. And I'm going to do... 2 in Just a Note and 1 in Happy Birthday, and I'm going to use the Night of Navy ink. So I think I'll do this one in Happy Birthday. So let's just ink that up, make sure it's inked good. Did Happy Birthday. And I have ink on my fingers now, so let me wipe them off on my shirt. My poor jammy shirt. My poor Annie shirt. I don't care what I have on. Everything's got ink on it. Just about. Okay, and then we're going to do Just a Note. And Just a Note. And that way we can put anything on the inside. Ah, look what I did. Ain't that a shame? Well, I think we need to fix that. If my pen is not dried out. these pins tend to dry out on me. I think that's why we're not selling them no more. But it's the same color. So just a note, there we go. We did it. It's whatever works, right? Got to do what you got to do. So now what I did is I just took a piece of, this is the Essentials, and it comes with like 4 different colors in it. And here's my pack. I consolidated them all. There's like a gray, a brownish beige, and off-white, like very vanilla white, and black. So what I did is I doubled this, and I took this, and I'm going to do it on all 3 of them right now because it just made it easier. Let's get our little pick tool. Well, that ain't the pick tool. Here's the pick tool. Let's get our pick tool out, and then what I did was I just fit this where I wanted the knot of my bow to be. And as long as it's towards this top, I'm good. And then this one, I'll put it right there also. There we go. So we have those done. And what I'll do is when I take this around here to tie a bow, where I have that glue dot, that's where I'm going to land this knot. I'm putting a knot right over that glue dot. And that's going to hold it down for me to finish tying a bow. And then I'll just pull these down a little bit. I meant to get a hold of them together, and I didn't quite do that. So there we go with that. Just trim that up, and I'm going to do this 2 more times. So that way I can move these around a little bit so they're not sticking completely over my words. There's one. Let's do 2 more. And I'm not really measuring this. I'm just wanting to give myself enough room to be able to tie the bow, because I like to have enough cording that I'm not trying to work with itty bitty pieces, because that is hard to do. Okay, so now I'm going to tie this, and again I'm going to go right where that glue dot is with my knot and press that down. Makes it so much easier to tie this bow. Let me see if I got a hold of both of these. I hope I got a hold of the right things. Sometimes that doesn't happen. Now, I gotta see which one's which. If this is the bow, I think this is the one let's see. This is the one. Okay. That one's a little high, but that's okay. Nobody's gonna see the other one, at least not who I send it to. So it doesn't matter. So there's that one. One more. And this one's going to be a little different. I'm going to do the exact same thing to it. I'm going to take me some, want that a little bit longer. And there we go. Of course, I'm going to put it this way to tie my bow anyway. Put that around there and make that, get my knot up there where my, and you can always push this back next to the DSP. And now I'm going to take this, and hopefully I can get the third one made without a lot of trouble, because these really do not take long to make at all, these cards. And that's what I like about them, because sometimes I just like to sit and make cards that aren't hard. I call them no-brainer cards because that's what I like to do sometimes. Okay, so now we're going to put dimensionals on the back of all of those. And what I did, but first, before I do that, that looks crooked. Let's look crooked on the back. What I did before, I don't want to put a dimensional on top of that ribbon because then it makes it a little bulky. So I took a piece of Scotch tape and went down the back before I put those dimensionals on, and that keeps this in line. So there we go. So now what I want to do, and I want to make sure that this thing stays up. So it's getting 6 dimensionals. But you know me, dimensionals aren't that expensive, and if you want a nice card to go through the mail and it still be kind of popped up there in the center by the time it goes through the mail, you might want to put an extra dot or 2 in the middle to hold the middle up. Because Lord only knows what it goes through at the post office. Okay. So here's our happy birthday. Let's peel these off. I'm going to see if I can. I'm going to peel with this today. Then I can just flip them in the garbage. Okay. This one I said I think was going to go with this one. Let me see what my other 2 look like and make sure that's what I said. Yes. So I'm going to put this on this way. See, and then I picked this up because it's by habit. I got them all off though. This one is going to go with this one. And I'm just going to put that one straight. And then here's the last one. And then all we have to do is add some gems. I did not put anything on the inside of my card here. I might go ahead and put a piece of like DSP to match the big piece and put a piece across the bottom. But that I don't know for sure yet. Okay, so there are the 3 of those. Now let's just use some embellishments. We're going to use what I have open. I've done a lot with the blue, so I have to think something with the red and the green. I could use the red at Valentine's and the green at St. Patrick's Day, if I do those type of cards. So let me get my pick tool. And let's just go to town on our little cards. Let's put one right there. Oh, where'd it go? Figure out which one's a sticky side that is, I think. There we go. So there's that one with that one. And then we'll do this one. Come on. Do a big one, I think. You can just mix and match these all over the place. There's that one. And now our birthday one. Let's do here. I use my big ones. Maybe one right here. I'll use a small one and one right. I don't want to go there now that I did that. Let's put it down here. There we go. So there is 3 cards done. 4 now. So there are our cards. Aren't they cute? Very simple, and you can see you can do your tag any way you want as far as the way your sentiment will go on there, and that's why I wanted to show this one. You can be very straight and symmetrical on there, or you can just put them at angles and have it go. And then you can write on your inside. You can put a strip of paper down here to bring the outside to the inside, which I may do, but I'm not going to do it right now because you know how to do that. So the you'll have a PDF for this, and of course your video. And remember about the product of the month. If you order $75, you get the product of the month for $5. There are some December ones left, so that means you could do 2 $75 orders. You can't do a $150 order. They got to be separate. So for each month. And also, I am in a group. We did a collaboration for a $50 order. To me, you will get a instruction sheet with 2 PDFs on it for 2 cards, and then you'll get the link to go watch a video for the 3rd card or project. So, and that is free if the order is $50 or over, and I will be sending those out soon to people that have ordered. I was just letting that kind of maybe accumulate to where I could send them all out kind of like at one time. And so I just wanted to, now you see all of my little light dots. That's why I put this mat down. This is also, if you guys haven't seen this, this is a craft mat. So if glue gets on it or anything, you can just wipe it off. Moxie's hair sometimes doesn't want to come off. I have to wash that off or vacuum it off. So anyway, that is what I have today. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you have a great weekend, and be creative when you can. Be safe on anything that you do, and I will be back Tuesday with my regular big video. I don't want to call it a big video, but where I kind of do a little bit more stuff. And then remember, I now have WhatsApp Wednesdays. I had one last week if you didn't see it. And there will be another one. And those will air on Wednesdays at 10:30. Also on all 3 platforms, because it will also be a pre-recorded video. That's all I have for you. You guys be blessed, and I'll see you soon. Bye.